Hi, I'm Dave Gardy from Cybersecurity TV and FedEd TV near our studios here in Washington, D.C. in preparation for the new AFCEA Innovation Shark Tank series coming up and beginning October 25th. With me on the phone right now is Dee Bowden, who is the CEO and president of a company called BCS Solutions, renowned for its collections philosophy and generating revenue and helping out with your cash flow, something all the businesses that are watching need to know about. Dee, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Dave. I definitely appreciate this, and hello to all of the listeners out there.
Now, give us an overview of what BCS Solutions is all about.
Sure. BCS Solutions is a revenue recovery consulting firm, and we work with small, medium, large-sized companies. And basically, where our philosophy is this: is that we truly believe it's not a money problem; it's a system problem. What I mean by that is this: most companies that have over 60, 90, over 120 days invoices that are past due. My understanding is that usually it's a disconnect. It's usually a disconnect either in sales, in contracts, accounts payable, accounts receivable. Those are the four components that make up sales and AR in my understanding. Number two, a lot of times people don't want to do collections, number one, because they're concerned about the relationship. As you know, in the government space, relationships are key. I mean, everybody who does business, business to business, or business to government is always concerned about their relationships. And so my philosophy is that, number one, if you're understanding that, number one, you provided your product or service to the federal government or to another company and good understanding that you're going to get paid. When you're not getting paid past 30 days, usually there's a problem. But a lot of people don't want to call and say, hey, how come I'm not getting paid? Because they don't want to upset the apple cart. But my philosophy is this: if you've done the work, so long as there's not major problems, the contracting officer or the CEO of the companies have come back with has not come back with a complaint, then that means you're entitled to your money. A lot of times people just need to understand that, hey, it's a simple phone call, following up to make sure that you provided the product or service correctly. Number two, if there's anything missing, address it. Number three, fix it. And then number four, say thank you. Show gratitude.
Excellent. Now, the philosophy also involves training the staff to do this too. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
And how does that work?
So how that works is this. In the past, what I've done is I've gone on site to a couple of companies, the value-added resellers, and I've actually worked with their collections manager and their collections team. And what I have what's called a collections roundtable. What that means basically is I sit with each collector and go over their accounts. We talk about the challenging accounts, the easy accounts, the process they're using, whether they're just doing dollar for dollars or whether they're drilling down and figuring out what the disconnect. So, for example, if you're a value-added reseller and you have a salesperson, I believe for collections in that arena, you need to talk to your salesperson. You need to be talking to your accounts payable person, because there could be a disconnect between what happened in the sales transaction or what happened in the billing transaction. But if you're not talking to those two people, you're not going to know that. Because basically, if you think about it, if you get your set of accounts, you're on the phone. Hi, this is Dee from BCS Solutions, and I'm calling on behalf of blah, 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 trying to get this account. But you don't realize that there were a couple of changes made on the sales front end, but the salesperson forgot to tell you that. So you're kind of stuck because you're thinking it's one thing and it's another. So part of what I do is I teach the collectors, number one, to build relationships internally with their sales rep, with their accounts payable person, and their contracts person. Because in the contract, it tells you, here's the invoicing process, here's when you're supposed to get paid, how it's supposed to be submitted. And if you follow that, usually it goes well. But there are hiccups. We're all human. We make data entry mistakes. Something went awry. But if you build the relationship internally first, before you get on the phone to call your vendor, you usually have a better chance of getting it collected and get it paid.
And then there's building the relationship with the vendor themselves. It's not just calling and demanding. How do you do that?
Well, part of it is, number one, I think you have to come from a place of understanding that collections, in my philosophy, is it's a part of customer service. Your sale process starts in the beginning. Of course, you're selling your product, your service, but at the end, the sale isn't complete until you get paid. So part of it is understanding that, number one, you're talking to another human being. I mean, if you think about it, every time you get on the phone to talk to anybody, you're still talking to somebody who's going to hopefully help you get paid. My philosophy is this: number one, it's courtesy. It's hi, you introduce yourself. You name your company, your contract number, the invoice number, and this is what we're looking to get paid. Number two, I ask them, hey, did something go wrong? And I pause and actually let them tell me. And then they'll say, yes, Dee, we forgot to do, we didn't get a copy of the invoice. In the government space, let's say they forgot, the core didn't approve something or something got missing. And it's like, okay, thanks. Let me jot down these things and come back to you and say, okay, let me fix this. And then let me get you what you need so you can approve the invoice and get it paid. And then I personally believe in saying thank you. one of my personal philosophies is showing gratitude. Every person that helps me or helps me or helps my company or helps the agency I work for get the money, it's a matter of going back and saying thank you. I have done that my entire career. Even today, wherever I am, even I said to you this morning, I said thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk to your audience. So it's courtesy.
Excellent, interesting philosophy. I've never heard it articulated like that, and it's really the value proposition I think that you offer. And if people want to find out more about BCS Solutions, because it is so important for many small companies trying to get off the ground also when they have these cash flow hiccups, and this is one methodology for helping them out, where would they go to find out more about BCS Solutions on the web?
Well, you can go to my website, which is www.bcsconsultinggrp.com. That's www.bcsconsultinggrp.com.
Excellent. We've been talking to Dee Bowden, who is the President and CEO of BCS. Thank you so much for joining us and for supporting the Shark Tank here with AFCEA.
Absolutely. Appreciate this opportunity.
I'm Dave Gardy. Now back to the Shark Tank webcast.